This is Mouth Media Network. Amplify and connect.
This is Peter Coleman, the announcer for Funny People Talking. I have the greatest job in the world because no matter how terrible I am, I still look about a bajillion times better than the hosts on this show. Right now, I look fantastic because this is Funny People Talking.
Hi, this is Kristal Mallookis from Mustard Lane, and I would rather hand out flyers in the freezing cold than listen to funny people talking.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Funny People Talking.
Chat.
Hey, I'm Mark Rako. I'm one of your hosts. Also here, another one of your hosts, and my good friend, and such a nice person, Danielle Beckman. Hello, Mademoiselle Danielle.
Oh, bonjour, merci. Chat.
Oh.
I'm a funny person, and I talk. Mark, I'm just trying to get on your level because I'm feeling you might be a little jet lagged.
I'm a little... So I came back from Australia a couple of weeks ago, and I've...
A couple of weeks ago, or like a week ago?
No, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I think.
wow.
I don't know.
It takes a while.
I have not had a sleep more than 3 to 4 hours a night.
Ugh.
Since then, I wake up every night at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh, and you don't
And
even have a baby.
I know I have no baby
Or
to show
puppy.
for it. No puppy to show for it. I have a cat.
Yeah, but that cat's
that's-
old. Did I make that up?
no.
How old's the cat? Sorry.
She's not old. She's not old enough to.
Okay.
You know,
I just made that up.
Doesn't know better. Not old enough. to know
Okay,
better. But anyway, I'm dying, man. I've reached the point. We're recording this in the evening, and I have to tell you,
Yes.
I'm petered out, man.
Yeah, but no one is. Our guest is not named Peter. So.
No, not named Peter.
But listen,
Anyway.
I'll drive. I'll drive this car.
Okay, thanks.
Straight into a ditch.
As of this moment, Elsie's not with us. We hope that perhaps she had something to attend to. I'm hoping she'll be here by the end of the show. We'll see. That'll be a nice surprise.
I hope so too.
I want some food.
I hope
End of
she
show
can
food.
Make it.
Oh, is that your Elsie impression?
I'd love her to make it. Yeah, Mark.
That's pretty good.
I know that was pretty
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you do that in an Australian accent?
That was like a Long Island and Australian combined. Yeah, Mark.
Okay.
Right?
Anyway, yes, it was good.
So cool, Mark. So awesome, Mark. Okay, I'm done.
Anyway, I
There's
enjoyed
someone
that
giggling
immensely.
in our midst, though.
There is. So our guest today, this is going to be fun. I can tell she's fun. Only met her for a few minutes, but Danielle actually works with her. Her name is Kristal Mallookis. She is the, do I have it correctly? Are you the founder
Yep.
and CEO
Founder, CEO.
of Mustard Lane, which is
Woo.
a company that basically brand representatives, along with other things that they do to help brands grow and market themselves. They're basically an extension. They're part of the brand's marketing team.
They're essentially every actor's dream job in New
Yes,
York.
exactly. I wish I had had this earlier when I had no money as an actor. Instead of now when I have no money. But anyway. That was
As an actor. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not even an actor. No. Anyway, Kristal, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for making time in your very busy
I'm
schedule
happy to be here, you guys.
So excited.
Yay!
Kristal has pledged to us that she will encourage all of the people that work with Mustard Lane.
We call them laners.
Laners, all of the laners. Why laners?
Well, Mustard Lane.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Laners. Yeah.
Was there a choice between, do we call them mustarders?
Mustarders, mustards.
Oh, musketeers.
Musketeers.
You
know,
Mustard tears?
There was never any thought to it. It just,
No, it just
went
happened?
straight to laners.
Got it. So
Yeah.
laners. So you have
True.
pledged to us, I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, that you're going to request that all of the laners listen to and subscribe to this show.
Yeah, we'll put it out to the universe. See what happens.
That's right. So if you are a laner
Yes.
and you are now listening to this show,
Which you will be.
Laners.
I would just like to
I'm a
say
laner.
this. Yay! Good for you. Thank you.
Yay, you did it.
Would you like some grape poupon? I've been wanting to say that ever since we said mustard.
well,
Sorry.
okay, wait for it though.
Oh.
The place that we go to do payroll and also do invoices for Mustard Lane is called Dijon Express.
That's awesome.
Sure is.
So we're gonna learn more about Mustard Lane and more about Kristal in a few minutes.
Yay.
But so I'm looking forward to that. We're also going to play an improv game that we haven't played in a while, and talk about a few fun things on this show. But first, a very, very important announcement.
Announcement?
It's an announcement.
Okay, Mark, what is it?
Guess what?
What, Mark? Do I already know the answer?
You do.
Oh my
But I
God.
love that you don't know that you do.
Should we both say it at the same time?
Ready?
One,
One,
two, three.
We got
We're
nominated
nominated
for
for
an
a
award.
People's Choice Podcast Award.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that since we both blew the mic out, but I just want to say we are so excited that Funny People Talking has been nominated in the comedy category for Best Comedy Podcast on the People's Choice Podcast Awards. One of the other shows in that nomination slate is none other than Dennis Miller's podcast.
Watch out,
So
Dennis.
watch out, you're done.
You're
Dennis.
toast,
So,
Dennis.
But all kidding aside, we're just thrilled, and who knows whether we'll win the award or not. It's not up to us. We produce a great show, I think, and whatever happens. But
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's an honor to be nominated. One of the reasons we're nominated is because a lot of people got off their tuchuses and they voted for us, because it's a bit of a popularity contest, honestly, to be on the nomination slate. And then those on the nomination slate get voted on by judges. And
But aren't all podcasts popularity contests? The more people that listen, the more popular you are,
I know.
etc., etc.
So all 6 people listening to this show
Yeah.
voted. That's
And
all.
that means Dennis Miller's had 7
It might
people.
mean that, yes.
or 5.
I don't
Or
know.
6.
Well, there's a great chasm between the 6 and the 6 million that he may have.
Oh, well, this
but
is
I
true.
don't know if that's true.
However,
Anyway, I'm
it's
excited.
and they put us in the right category. At
Yeah.
least we weren't in
Well, they don't
new
put us there.
moms.
We registered it. The
I
show.
know,
in the
that was a
category.
joke.
Sorry.
but they figured that out.
Boy,
What if we were nominated in
The-
the horror category? And we're
No,
like,
that would make
"Ooh,
perfect
that's
sense,
rough."
actually, because
True detective.
Yeah, some strange murder mystery.
No. You know what? It would have cost us like $20 every time I did it, but I should have just registered us in every single category.
I
just
know
for
that
fun.
would have been fun.
It'd be a great $200 joke.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah,
it'd be
for no one, for me.
Anyway,
I'll take the money. Are you giving it out?
nope.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Mark, what's going on?
Yeah. So anyway, we're excited about that, and
Super excited.
very,
Thank
very
you,
cool. What a
everyone.
great! I mean, we're only at 30 episodes.
And it's
31
it's
episodes.
live streamed, right?
Yes. the
Yeah.
awards
Well, I
will be
bought a
live
gown.
streamed.
I bought a gown for the ceremony. I'm gonna wear
Did
it
you?
while I watch.
That's so fun.
So yeah, I'm gonna pre-record the acceptance speech.
Yes, we actually have to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that tonight.
Yep.
And
Isn't that weird? It's
gonna
like
get ready.
so. Basically, out of every category, there's 9 people that went through the trouble of recording their acceptance speeches, and no one will ever see them.
No, we should put it on the internet. Either way.
I think we will. So, okay. Anyway, so
Yeah.
very excited about that.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
And yes, thank you. We're really, really pleased. And then the second thing is, I have a question for you, Danielle, as per usual.
Oh yeah, okay. What's the question?
Well, I always love your attire, and I think that you're very stylish. And in particular today,
Uh-huh.
you've gone with the Tyrannosaurus Rex costume. Yes. And
was my only
that
sound
is just not your usual style. It's an interesting and bold choice.
I'm very hot. It's not inflated at the moment,
yeah, I did
but you
notice
can
kind
see
of,
the little arms.
it just looks like a really old and wrinkly T-Rex.
Yeah. Well, thank
Emaciated.
you.
Well, I'm not saying
T-Rexes
you're old.
are scale. Well, they are old. It's a dinosaur.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so what do you want to know, Mark?
I want to know why you're wearing it.
Well, let's talk about Mustard Lane for a second. You know what they need? They need me to have all sorts of outfits, okay?
Yeah.
So sometimes I got to wear khaki pants. Sometimes I got to wear
Those khaki pants.
khaki pants again, khaki shorts, khaki capris. Sometimes you need full-on costumes for their gigs.
Mhm.
And so there may or may not be a Laner gig coming up where I have to wear this. I honestly tried to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and brought it in to show Kristal if she liked how it fit me.
How's that working for you, Kristal?
You know, it looks great. Looks great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I'll have to show you inflated
I can't wait.
after. Because if I press this button, you don't want to know what's going to happen.
I hope you have a fan in there.
Oh, there is. There's a fan inside.
Can you turn it on?
No.
Come on.
I told you don't want to know what's going to happen. It might get pop, like the microphone pop it.
The funny thing is I actually do want to know what happens, but we can forego that. I do want to know the other dinosaur costumes that you're in possession of that you chose T-Rex over.
Oh, I have a Compsognathus. The thing about those...
What's a Compsognathus?
Compsognathus is actually my favorite dinosaur
I've never
from the
even
age
heard
of 6.
that.
It is the size of a chicken. And therefore,
how
I could
apropos.
not dress as a Compsognathus not to scale. The T-Rex that I'm in is not to scale either, obviously.
By the way, you should totally name a production company Compsognathus Productions.
Compsognathus.
It's like a little teacup dinosaur.
Yeah, he's a little baby. They show up briefly in Jurassic Park, like running, running. Oh, speaking of
Do
Jurassic
they make
Park.
noise?
Yeah. No, I have no idea. I was gonna make something up. They go. That's a chicken, Mark.
Okay, speaking of Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to take a wild gander here.
Wildly gander.
Wild gandering. Do you have, by chance, a nerd tip?
I do.
Just the tip, nerd tip. Ooh.
Today's nerd tip is about nerd vacations. That's right. Nerds also go on vacation.
Well, I thought it was
How
like a
dare
vacation
you?
from being a nerd.
Oh, no. Who wants that? Their favorite fantasy and fiction places come to life. Let me tell you about them. One place, if you're a nerd, that you might want to visit is New Zealand. Why? Because,
I would go to New Zealand.
right? It very closely resembles Middle Earth, where The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings was filmed.
Filming Middle Earth in New Zealand. That's why it resembles it.
Yeah, because there are literal gorgeous hobbit holes built into the hills. I'm not kidding. It's stunning. Okay, second of all, another great destination is actually my home state of California in Redwood National Park.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars Return of the Jedi, with all those big redwoods that they filmed in with the Ewoks all about, and the Lost World Jurassic Park was also filmed
Yeah, I remember
amongst the
that.
redwoods. The Lost World, not like the other ones.
Right,
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. Ugh, what a dish. Then, okay, the last place.
Really?
Have you heard? No. That was semi-sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because my type is like tall and blonde.
Sure is.
Sure is.
Sure is.
And she knows my boyfriend. Oh, this is so good. Okay, but have you ever been to or heard of Vulcan, Alberta?
I have heard of it, have not been there.
Okay, so they dub it as like the Star Trek capital of Canada.
Is that where they were
obviously.
going to, or someone was trying to build a life-size replica of the Starship Enterprise?
I don't know if that was the city.
Okay.
However, it's a very picturesque place.
Mhm.
So if you want to visit, it's not far from Calgary.
Okay.
And they're like prairie towns surrounding it, but of course, like Vulcan is highly visited compared to all the other towns. I just imagine the name itself is good for like the economy,
Sure.
essentially. But yeah, it attracts thousands of visitors around the world, and of course, Leonard Nimoy visited once.
Yeah.
Before he passed, R.I.P.
Oh.
Yeah. So guys, check out those redwoods, New Zealand, and ye old
Vulcan.
Canada.
Yeah.
But there's many more. If you just do a quick little nerd travel destination Google search, you're not going to be bored.
All right.
It was really fun.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, that was my tip.
Tip.
Nerd tip. There's a fly in the studio.
I cannot tell you how much I wish I was rolling video just now. Just for all of you,
Like a little
listening
extra,
out,
a little extra.
Podcast land. So I don't know if there was a fly in the studio.
There is.
Or some sort of spatial anomaly, or there was,
was
some
the
sort of
teacup dinosaur.
seizure happening, but yeah, it was like it was as if a Tyrannosaurus Rex had a stroke and could only move one side of the body.
Look, it's there. It's there.
Seizuring. As a fly.
Still
okay,
happening.
but-
Still happening.
Anyway, it was quite humorous because Danielle was apparently trying to go for this fly, but having a very strange.
Danielle
it
was being
fun.
Danielle. What
All
a
right.
surprise.
Hey, Danielle.
Mark, start the show.
From the Mouth Media Network studios in New York City, and from the same people who brought you Monkey Radio with Mark, this is Funny People Talking with Mark Rako, Danielle Beckman, and Elsie.
Hey everybody, we're here, Funny People Talking, and we're here with Kristal Mallookis from Mustard Lane. Glad to have you here, Kristal. Okay, I have a couple things I got to talk to you about, Danielle.
What?
So first thing is, the weirdest thing happened today. At least I felt it was weird. I'm walking up the street that the studio's on, and on our street, as we've mentioned before, there's some sort of homeless. Are you okay over there? Seriously, I've never
Multiple
seen anyone.
flies.
I've never seen
Multiple
anyone
flies.
more freaked out by flies.
Yeah.
Are you freaked out by flies?
No, these ones are just weird. They're coming at my head.
I'm not used to flies being in here. That's really weird.
Yeah, I know, me neither.
Anyway, so I'm walking up the street today.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
over here. I'm over here.
Oh, hi. Hey, Mark.
Eyes forward.
Okay, so yeah,
No, but pay
the homeless
attention to
shelter
me.
on our street.
Yeah, so I'm walking up the street, and a man I guess he's homeless or whatever, asked this other man to bum a cigarette off him, and the man that he asks is walking a little ahead of me, kind of a tall drink of water with like a blue sort of blue collar work shirt on, right?
Literal blue collar
collar worker, and so he's walking up the street, and he's got a freshly lit cigarette, big long cigarette that he's carrying. And the guy asks him, he says, can I, you got a cigarette I can bum off you? And the guy says, no. He says, go get a job, get your own cigarette. Now and then he says, I pay my taxes and I buy my own cigarettes. Okay, whatever. The weird part about it was he then took his own freshly lit cigarette, threw it down on the ground, and stamped it out and squished it to make sure the other guy couldn't get it, which also would have been successful had he actually just hung on to it and continued to smoke it. And then he didn't immediately light another one. So this was a fresh cigarette.
Yeah.
And just to make the point that I am of such privilege
Yes.
that I could afford to toss this cigarette, which you will never get, and destroy it so you can't smoke it. It was so odd.
Wow.
Well, also, he had a very readily available quip. Like, he was ready to
he's been
say,
saving
I
this.
pay my taxes, and how dare you? Like, so maybe.
He may say
maybe,
that about
are you
everything,
sure?
though.
Are you sure? That's true. Are you sure you weren't on a movie set? That sounds very.
He's just holding that in his
cinematic.
pocket.
It sounds scripted.
It sounds scripted, and then the whole like throwing it like freshly lit
It
in
was
front of
so
someone.
odd.
That's very dramatic.
And he stomped it. He stomped it
Very
out with
New York.
vigor too.
Ugh, what vigor? Okay,
Like
was
twist.
there a hidden camera?
Well, I don't. If it's hidden, I wouldn't know about it. Then would I? No one came out and
no.
said, "Ha ha, hidden camera."
Yeah, maybe it was hidden on you, and you don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
You're just,
What's that boutonniere on your jacket, Mark?
ha ha, squirty, squirty. Okay, so that
That's
was first thing I had to
strange.
tell you about. That was
Okay,
weird.
okay. Well,
Then
yeah.
the
Okay,
other,
what else?
The other thing I had to tell you about was I don't think I told you this story. Did I tell you about how I lost my keys?
when?
Okay, so this was like, I don't know, I don't remember exactly when this was. It was a couple weeks ago, whatever. Anyway, the point is so I was working from home that day, and I had a very, very important call at 2:00 that I had to do. And I was going to go to the post office, and then I was going to go get something to eat. And I decided I was going to go get something to eat, then circle back to the post office. And I'm telling you that because it's important to the story. And then I was going to come back, eat my lunch, do my call, all's good. And we have an ongoing problem in my apartment building where the boiler always seems to be the brand new boiler that we've all paid for, apparently, through an increase in our rent to do it, is always malfunctioning. So there was another sign on the door that the boiler was malfunctioning. And it was this tiny little cardboard sign that like someone had ripped like a piece of cardboard off a cardboard box terribly and messily and scrawled on it with a magic marker, boiler down. And that was like, and they put it up with like a haphazard piece of duct tape on the glass window of our door of our building. It was very odd because the super was out for the day and they had some assistant doing this that apparently didn't pass their sign class.
Right.
So anyway,
boiler down.
Exactly. The one day I wasn't
in calligraphy
to like super assistant school. Anyway, so I walked out the door, saw the sign, said, I'm going to take a picture of this thing. And I reopened the door with my keys, took a picture of the thing. My phone died while I was taking the picture. I'm like, damn it. Well, I'm going to go I don't really need my phone right now. So I'm just going to go get my meal, go to the post office, come back. So I go get my meal, pay for it, come back. I go to open my post office box and realize I do not have my keys with me.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And I'm like, is there any point in which I could have taken my keys out of my pocket? Any point at all?
And your phone's dead.
And my phone's dead. So then
I'm like, fun.
So then I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh, please don't tell me I left them in the door of my building.
Uh-huh.
So I go back, I rush back, and they're not. And I'm like, well, maybe someone took them out, put them on on a counter in the lobby, or God, oh my God, what happens if? I'm gonna have to change my PO box and my mailbox in the building and our door, and I don't even know how much it's gonna cost. And how am I gonna get it done right now?
Yeah, your brain just goes a mile a minute. Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I have this call, and my phone's dead, and what do I do? So I'm like,
any Apple stores nearby?
None of, no, not even close. So none of my, good question. So none of my neighbors that I know were home. It was the middle of the day, like on a Friday. So I go, okay, problem solved. What can I do? I do have my wallet with me, which is good. So I go, where can I buy something to charge my phone?
Yeah.
Because I have to figure out what I can do here. I have to call the super and I have to see what I can, something has to happen there.
Yeah.
I can't even get it back in my apartment. I was able to get in the building by doing something that I hate when people do, which is where they press all the buttons and hope that someone answers. Sorry, I did it, people. So I had to.
At least it wasn't the elevator.
And it was a decent hour.
Yes.
Okay. We approve.
Yeah.
So thank you. It was an emergency. Yeah. So I went over to CVS. I found a charger that would work for my phone. Came back, did the buzzy thing again.
Buzz Lightyear over here.
Exactly. So So then on my way back to the building, I run into the mail carrier, and I said, and I realized that when I walked out of the building, taking the picture that my phone died, the mail carrier had been coming in the building. So I said, excuse me. I said, is there any chance at all that you happen to see some keys in the door when you came in? And he says, I think your neighbor has them. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help me which neighbor it is, but at least maybe one of my neighbors has it. And I'm like, please let it be my next door neighbor Eddie. Please, because I trust him. And I'm like, the problem is I can't call Eddie. I don't know if Eddie's called me or I have a text because my phone is dead.
But also, what luck that you ran into this mail carrier.
Oh my God, I know. So I go in.
I know.
I take my brand new $25 freaking phone charger thing and I plug it in. There happens to be a plug in the wall in the lobby, but it's really low and the phone cord is only so high. So I can't stand up on my phone. I have to sit on the floor to even talk on my phone or anything like that, right? So I'm sitting in the lobby of my building with my Cobb salad that I had bought.
Oh, good for you.
Which, by the way, when I went to the store, I hung the Cobb salad on the door of my apartment in like the plastic.
Yes.
So anyway, so I'm sitting there trying to charge my phone. Then my phone comes up, and I get a text, and Eddie has my keys.
Oh.
But Eddie won't be home until about 6:00.
Wait, so he
like keys.
got
he was
your
on his
keys,
way out,
and then
so he's downtown.
The neighbor you trust.
So I have no way of getting in my apartment, and the super who has the other keys is out of town, which is why the assistant is there.
Okay.
So
who just can't write.
So I'm like, okay, I'm charging my phone, which means now I don't know what time it is because again, my phone is dead, so I don't know if it's past my call time for my really important phone call or not.
Oh, but then you did get a charge because you saw the text.
Yep. So I charged up. So I see it's actually like 10 minutes to 2. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to make my call. Eddie has my keys. I have nowhere to get in my apartment,
Yeah.
but okay, I think we're okay.
Could you wing it without materials?
Yeah, so I winged my call and it went pretty well, and it was a couple minutes late for it actually, but it was I had a great story to tell, so it was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And in the meantime, I get a call from my wife because when he couldn't get a hold of me, he had texted her to say I found Mark's keys in the door. So she doesn't know, I'm answering my phone. Am I okay? What's going on? Or like that. And I had to go through the whole explanation of what a moron I am. And how close we came to some sort of invasion / huge expense.
Invasion.
Oh my God. So long story, not short, I eventually got my keys back. Thanked Eddie profusely. The call happened. I was able to return my charger and get a full refund.
Oh my God.
So the only thing that got spent that day was my freaking wits. And a little
money
credibility
for a Cobb salad.
I feel like it tested your survival skills.
I
know. I problem solved. I found a way through it. And I would like to say, in the city of New York, thanks to the kindness of strangers and neighbors.
Yes.
That because this could have been bad. We don't live in a bad neighborhood, but we don't live in like a posh neighborhood either. It could be a problem for keys to be in the front door of our freaking building. That would not be good if someone found them.
No, that makes total sense.
It endangers our neighbors as well as ourselves.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Mark? One time I got up to my apartment on a 4th floor walk up when I lived on the Upper West Side-ish. And I realized that I didn't have my ID. My ID was gone. And literally, like, I went downstairs, I'd backtracked the whole thing, but like an hour later, I got a knock on my door and my next door neighbor had my ID.
Oh, isn't that the weirdest?
And I don't remember if it was in a laundromat or on the street outside, but it was like a block. It was somewhere on the street outside that I missed, and they know my face, so they picked it up. They're like, "Oh, this is Danielle's." How crazy is that?
Isn't that weird? One time I was walking the subway, and there was a period of time where I don't know, the little leprechauns would like take my wallet out of my pocket and throw it out on the street. Like I kept losing my wallet.
I was like, wait, is there a gang called the Leprechauns, and they come and they like steal your stuff? No,
yeah, they're like,
give me your wallet. Well, yeah, they're like, but they're Irish. Kill her, top of the morning to your wallet. But this I love this topic because I went to go see.
Wait, there's more to my story before.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
no,
tell
I'm sorry.
me.
Wait, hold on.
No, this is a similar.
So my wallet. I had a period of time where apparently I kept losing my wallet, and my then girlfriend, now wife, bought me.
She
one
stuck
of those,
with you, Mark, through all
despite my
leprechauns,
being a moron.
My
moronic. What is the? I don't even know what this.
Moronicness. Moronic.
Anyway,
Yep.
I'm a moronosaur.
I'm the dinosaur today.
Yes.
Gosh.
So sorry. Anyway, so she bought one of those chain things.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the wallet,
yeah.
That's so
and
90s.
It doesn't work.
Skater.
It doesn't work for me. I wore it for a long time. It just gets in the way. It keeps catching on everything.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the leprechauns came back.
I know. It's like I just had one of the leprechauns like in a chokehold with my chain. But anyway,
amazing.
so one time I was walking before this happened. I was walking in the subway, like down the stairs into the subway, and I noticed my wallet was gone. I'm like, oh no! I'm like, but wait a minute, I had it. I had it. So somewhere between this spot and down here, I lost it. So I went and retraced my step, and I retraced, and lo and behold, if it didn't somehow slip out of my pocket, wait. So the stairs down into the subway station, somehow it fell out of my pocket and into a little wedge in between the stairs and the wall as you walk down into the. I don't know how I spotted it.
Wow.
It was the chances of that happening are so low.
It's like you knew it was there.
I don't know. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 12 cents.
So what were
No,
you gonna say?
I was just going to say that I went to see a show this weekend. I went to see my friend's production of The Tempest, and it's at the Access Theater. Have you ever been, either of you? It's fourth floor walk up to get there. They have an emergency elevator you can take if you need it, but everyone has to walk up many a flight of stairs. And I know that they were really
Earn your theater, people.
seriously, like, you're sweating by the time you get to the top. You want a rosé. Good marketing. Anyway, it's very smart.
Don't let them use the elevator. We need to sell.
Yeah, we need to sell water, sparkling water, etc. But so I walked in and I knew that they were really needing a certain amount of ticket sales, and each ticket was about $20. And I walked into the lobby, and it was like I was walking and about to go up the stairs, and just boom, there was a $20 bill on the floor.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh. And so I just picked it up, and it was like the minute, it was like I was drawn right to it. I picked it up, and I said, this is for the theater company, because I had already bought my ticket. And I walked up, and I was like, guys, listen, like, if someone comes looking for a $20 bill, or like, you can make an announcement if you want, or you can just take this money for your theater company, because I found it. And I loved that moment. I was like, this is really fun, because that's like one more, ticket sale, quote unquote, for them.
It was Danielle's choice.
It wasn't Sophie.
No.
If it was Sophie, we don't know what would have happened.
By the way, I've never seen Sophie's Choice, so I don't know
Me
what the
neither.
whole choice thing
Oh my
was
God,
all
me
about.
neither. Have you seen it?
No.
None of us in this room has
My
seen
God.
Sophie's Choice.
Field trip.
Field trip to Sophie's.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Time for an improv game?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I picked one out especially for Kristal, even though I didn't know you until this moment. I just kind of
should I be
thought about our
nervous?
our catalog of games and what one might work. And I love this game. It's one of my favorites. It's called If I Were in Charge of the World.
Because I am.
Yes, you are.
Exactly. Right now, all your laners are going, no, don't reinforce that with her. No. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
So the way that
Matt, are you listening?
the way that one
That's her husband. Sorry.
Okay. Hey, Matt. When you play this game, the idea is that one of the other people will give you a suggestion, which is an let's call it a normal problem that people have or that does exist.
Uh-huh.
It could be, for example, like one time we played the game and it was about people moving too slowly on the sidewalk in New York City and you can't pass. Okay, right?
It's a problem.
Right. Okay. So that would be like a normal problem. Okay. Or like whatever. And then the idea is that if you had unlimited power, unlimited wealth at your disposal,
Yes.
rules aside, you make your own rules. How would you solve this problem in absurdity?
All right.
Somehow,
Yeah, you
some
have every
way,
resource
every resource,
you ever need.
no laws apply. How would you solve this problem in any way you could creatively? Okay, there is a rule to this game,
God, this
Okay.
rule.
and that come on, Danielle, have some fun.
If Elsie was here,
Yeah.
well, Elsie, wherever she
would
is
do it.
rolling her eyes.
One of the rules of this game is that when you say the phrase, if I were in charge of the world, you have to do it in a very majestic manner.
Okay.
I shall demonstrate.
Please
Yes,
do.
I'll second demonstrate.
If I were in charge of the world, I would solve this problem, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
do it at the beginning and at the end.
Okay.
All right. I'm just saying, I don't write the rules.
All right.
That's what they are.
Yeah, the rules, they've been written thousands of years ago
Thousands.
by whoever was in charge.
The
of the world.
rule maker.
Okay, so who's going
Let's
first?
just talk like this all day.
Darling,
All right.
don't try me. I talk like this every Monday
Exactly.
when I play Dungeons and Dragons. She's
I
like,
feel
what?
I feel like I'm talking a little bit like the man from who's Monty Python.
Very, but also drunk.
Drunk.
Are they all drunk though?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think so.
Drunk.
Lots of mead. Tut tut. Who's first, darling?
So she'll demonstrate. So
me?
Sure, why not?
Oh, okay, great.
Is that okay? So Kristal, why don't you give Danielle
Okay.
a problem that you would like to see solved in the world? It can be anything that annoys you or that you think needs a fixin'.
Needs a
Danielle shall
fixin'.
find her path.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it could be like mundane or big or,
It could be whatever.
it could be whatever.
Oh man.
Like, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we were just talking about the lovely 25th Street.
Yeah.
Let's fix that problem.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What do you want fixing?
What do I want fixing? I mean, can I take it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
Oh my gosh. I'm
So
so
good.
bad at improv.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're literally, no, just tell me something that, like the whole idea of how people walk too slow or, when,
People spill something on you in the subway or because they're eating in there.
Okay,
or-
I got one.
Okay.
That I deal with on the regular. Okay.
okay.
That drives me and Matzer, my husband, crazy.
Uh-huh.
When you're on a bus,
Yes.
people that sit on the outside
Uh-huh.
and they're like, people need to sit down, but they don't let anyone
They
on
don't
the
scoot
inside.
over. Okay.
They're protecting their empty seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pretending as if they don't notice that you need to get in
Yeah.
there.
And then when you're like,
I'm
can
sorry,
I get
did you
in
need
there?
to get in there?
Yeah. And then they like kind of huff
I'm
and puff.
blind and deaf and have no.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your suggestion. Because if I was in charge of the world, I would create a very lovely contraption that would be on every bus. Now, hear me out. On every bus where there are couplets, seat couplets, there's one on the inside, there's one on the outside. We're going to install these in subways too, by the way. Just wait for it.
Mhm.
You sit on the outside seat.
No laying down on the subway.
Oh, yeah. No, there's spikes that come up if you lay down. That's another in charge of the world moment,
Oh, my
though.
God.
Now we're focusing on buses.
Yes.
When you sit on that outer seat, it's plush, it's comfortable, it looks tantalizing. But what those people don't know is that if the seat inside is left unoccupied for more than 59 seconds, there's a contraption that my team has created, the In Charge of the World team, where your little tushy gets ejected from the seat, tossed slightly in the air, and moved to the inner seat. So now your little tushy is sitting where it should, and those people that enter the bus freshly can sit on the outside.
Is there any weight limit to this contraption?
No, so if...
Because not all tushies are little.
Right. No. No, this contraption is like... stainless steel underneath the cushion. It's basically, imagine like Arnold Schwarzenegger punching you in the butt, and then you just and then it moves you to the next seat.
I will punch you in the butt.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you will get out of the seat,
Yes,
you
now-
go down and get in your chopper.
Also, there's a sensor that shows that now, because sometimes these people have bags, right? So maybe they'll put their bag in the seat next to them. No. The sensor knows if it's a real human tuchus or if it's a shopping bag. So if it's two real human butts in the seat, there would be no ejecting.
Take your bag and put it down.
Yes,
Get down.
get down. There's a fly. Oh, there's still a fly, everyone. Anyway, so that's what I would do if I was in charge.
Very nicely done,
Thank
Danielle
you.
Beckman. Good job.
Yeah,
I
we
agree.
still haven't come up with a name, but it's
Very good. I
It's
like
gonna
it.
be one of my butt puns.
I like it.
Tushy took us butt.
Perfect.
A Tookus taker.
Or now,
Would you like to try this?
Yeah, I'm
All
a
right.
little nervous, but
No, there's nothing
it'll
to
be
be
good.
nervous
It'll be
about.
no,
good.
but
There's
you're
no
a problem.
judging.
You're a problem
No
solver.
judging, and
I am a problem
and there's
solver.
there
See?
there is
That's all
no
we need.
requirement or expectation to somehow have to be funny.
There
It's
you
just,
go.
just
It's
honesty.
truthful.
So
Got it.
I'll come
But
up with
silly
a
truthful.
problem for you.
Okay, what's
Okay.
the
to
problem,
solve.
Mark?
My problem is I feel that gum does not retain its flavor as well
Oh.
now as it used to when we were younger.
Ugh.
I believe that there is something askew about the gum situation. I call it GUMGATE.
The GUMGATE. Got it.
So anyway, that's a problem I would love to have solved.
Yes.
Ooh.
So how would you solve
And
this
I would like to point out,
problem?
I used to chew gum long enough that it would actually eventually lose its cohesion and
This-
start falling apart because
like
the flavor
disintegrate?
still retained.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Wow.
20 seconds later, I'm like, let me pop
I
another
think I know
piece
the
just to-
real reason, but let's let Kristal solve the problem.
Huh.
Yeah, please.
If I were in charge of the world,
Yes.
Oh, come on.
oh my
Crystal,
gosh, okay,
go
let's-
for it, please.
if I were in charge of the
There
world,
you go.
to solve this GUMGATE issue,
GUMGATE.
and
I think we found our show title.
I'd have to agree with you. Gum, when it loses its flavor, it's just not fun anymore.
No gum fun.
No gum fun. So
Sounds like a Chinese dish, doesn't it?
I mean, really, it's
Just
just
more
got to
of that, no gum
be
fun?
the everlasting gum.
Oh.
You know,
Ooh.
the everlasting
Hello,
gum.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it lasts as long as you want it to last.
Uh-huh.
You know,
And how
Is
would you
the
do that?
recipe
Given
top
you
secret or what?
yeah,
I mean,
unlimited power,
a
unlimited
patent
wealth.
pending
Okay.
secret recipe, and it'll last forever. You can choose your flavors. Last as long as you want.
What's your favorite flavor of it?
Oh, I mean, I'm just like, I need a good mint, a good peppermint,
there you
My
go.
husband
Classic.
likes the fruity stuff. I'm like, I need a mint.
I like a good grape bubble gum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Disgusting. Sorry.
sorry.
like the Big Chew grape,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big League Chew, right?
Big
yeah.
League Chew. We got there.
There you go.
So,
It-
in this everlasting gum, is there a can you take it out, put it on your bedside, wake up the next morning, put it back in your mouth, or
Connect
what's the
the trailer to your
situation?
car.
I
with
mean,
it.
since it is everlasting, it'll last as long as you want in your mouth. I'm not one to like put it on the side and put it back in.
No, I have a question for you. If it's
Yeah.
everlasting gum, what's really the business model for this and to encourage people to buy more pieces of gum? Is this like a $1,500 piece of gum?
it
that's
might
like-
be a little pricey, but if you're a gum enthusiast,
Yes.
it's
enthusiast.
definitely your jam. Yeah,
Great.
Yeah,
Is jam a flavor?
it can be.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Can you mix that with peanut butter gum?
Yeah, peanut butter gum, everlasting. Yeah. If I were in charge of the world, that's how I'd fix
All
GUMGATE.
right. Crystal. Yay.
With an everlasting gobstopper.
All right. I'll go,
I
Danielle.
love gum. That sounds great.
Yeah.
That was a good job. Why don't you give me a problem to solve,
Okay.
and we'll round out this baby.
Oh, God. There's a problem that I notice when people clip their toenails. They just can never find all of the toenails. So how are people going to find all of the toenail clippings that fall off?
That is such a great question.
I need to know.
Because they need to be identified. You need to keep them straight.
Yeah, and then thrown away.
Oh, the issue isn't identifying them. It's making sure that they're not lost somewhere and then like stepped on.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm actually working with the national.
Oh, wait, are you in charge of the world or not?
I'm sorry, that's true. If I were in charge of the world,
Yes.
I would solve the problem of misplaced, carelessly tossed toenail clippings.
Lost and found.
It's really, yes, it's a really a dietary consideration here, because what I want to happen is if the toenails themselves actually had more metallic content, they would be magnetized and stick to the clipper.
Oh.
So my solution is to introduce a law that all food manufactured, at least in the United States or imported in, must contain at least a 16% magnetism, and which really would solve other issues too. So, for example, if you eat food and like you accidentally swallowed a screw, it'll pick up the screw inside of you and just magnetize to it, and
Sounds like if you swallowed a
Pop it
screw,
out.
you got a loose screw.
you'd be surprised. There are over 15,000 people that swallow a screw in the U.S. every year.
Okay.
19 of them die of it.
Wow.
They're all in Omaha, but that's a different issue. So,
But you're in charge of the world, so you know things like this.
I know things like this. So anyway, so what would happen is that, and by the way, what this would also do is this would reduce the power necessary in all MRI machines because they're
Wow.
magnet based. You would already have magnets inside of you.
Wow.
So really all you'd have to do is use like 1/10 the power. So I see this also as a conservation thing and a reduction in medical costs. It has a sort of amplified reverberation across many sectors of our country.
Yeah, and does it cut lifespans?
Well, we're still in a pilot program with this right now.
Yeah.
So we
How many
haven't-
people have died?
19, weirdly enough. So
Can magnets stick to you?
that's why they're magnets.
Yeah. It's the new flare.
So now I will say there is one small, other than the 19 people, small catch in this.
Yeah.
It does make evacuating from vehicles, airplanes, buses a little tough because everyone's stuck. So they just keep clanging
yeah.
to they
See, this wouldn't work with my in charge of the world scenario.
Well, we're talking about mine right now, so
I
it doesn't really
know.
matter.
I'm just saying we're not
It would
compatible.
keep people seated during turbulence.
It would help. But the problem is if someone like flies up to the ceiling, they're just going to stick there. Poor stewardess, flight attendant, she's just up there, she's going, everybody back to your seat. I'll come down eventually.
But all of this is very helpful for my toenails.
It is. So anyway, that's how I would fix the problem with discarded toenails, by allowing them to be automatically magnetized. If I were in charge of the world.
So
Thank you.
bizarre.
I know.
And
That's-
so great.
Thank
See, you
you.
never know what's going to come out of your mouth in
That's
this
right.
place.
That's right.
Love it.
So we're going to take a quick pause from that craziness, and when we come back, it's going to be all about Kristal. Right here on Funny People Talk.
Connect with the show at Mouth Media Network or at our website, funnypeopletalking.com. And please, for the love of all that is holy, subscribe to the show and leave us a damn review and a really, really good rating on iTunes. Pretty please? Thank you.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're here with Kristal, and guess who walked in the door? Elsie, our producer, is here. Hey, Elsie.
Hi, sorry. Hi.
Oh, it's okay. We knew you had something to take care of, but what was it, your cat?
None of your business. Yeah.
That's her cat's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why is your hair wet?
Well, it was Hairball-mageddon.
That sounds like a part of our improv show we
So-
just did.
Yeah, it kind of grossed me out, so I took a shower.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. No, I'm really a germaphobe. I'm like, I had to clean it up. Yeah.
I
So, yeah,
understand.
Hairball-mageddon is grossy, and so I had to. It's like, nuclear.
Okay.
Oh my god, it sounds terrible. I did a slight impression of you before you were here.
She
Please
did. It
don't
was
be
quite
offended.
good.
No, but
Can you do it again?
What? Mock. I don't know, Mock. But I don't whisper, do I?
No, but she doesn't have your same
but
voice.
I don't have your timbre.
Ah, okay.
I gotcha.
Cool.
We're glad to
I
have you.
Can you do an
never had,
impression?
Anyone that do that, so that's
Yeah, can you do an impression
Can you do
of
an
me?
impression of Danielle?
No.
Okay. So we were just about to...
I'll just say, nerd tip. That's as far as I can go.
That was pretty good there, Elsie. All right, Elsie, we are just about to do a very special part of the show, and that is where we do our appeal to Tina Fey.
Okay.
Because Tina Fey is very important to us. We would love to have her on the show. It's a mission in life for us. So we appeal to the comedy gods and pray to them that somehow, some way, Tina Fey, who we've had some close calls with, will somehow make a even brief drive-by appearance on this show, one way or the other. So
Or spend the whole day with us.
Exactly.
Either
way, sleepover.
Yes.
You're welcome to join in if you're so inclined, Kristal. It's up to you. So I'll lead it off. Oh, Tina Fey,
Tina.
please,
Just come on the show.
please come on the show. We love you so much. We
Yeah,
admire you
actually,
so
I
much.
agree
You
with
are a
Elsie.
star.
Tina, can you just come on the show so we don't have to like do
Don't
this
do this
weird thing?
anymore.
But we
But
do
if you
wanna
come on the
see
show,
you.
we'll also agree to
Yeah.
do this
Skype
every
in, I don't
time.
care.
Yeah,
So-
Skype in.
Skype in. So Tina Fey, we love you, and
Amen.
amen.
Thanks, Tina.
I decided to jump a third.
All right, so now we're going to talk about Kristal. So, Kristal, you are the founder and CEO of Mustard Lane. First of all, just so we say it properly, tell us what Mustard Lane is in your own words.
Mustard Lane, we're an event staffing and promotional marketing company. We hire brand ambassadors, promotional models, and event staff to work all sorts of gigs. We are a national company. We hire mainly actors, dancers, and models and supply survival gigs for them.
That's amazing. That's really great. Before we get into the story and talk about everything we're going to talk about, I like sometimes to ask this question because I believe you probably serve a lot of roles. Like, give you an example. A mom is a mom, but a mom is also a first responder, a motivational speaker, a cheerleader, a detective, all those things.
True.
So you are obviously a founder and CEO of this company, but I'm interested as you look at you, Kristal, the person. What are you? Who are you?
Oh, man.
We dive deep.
Yeah, wow. Yes, let's go deep. I mean, I think that I've evolved as the company has evolved. I've had the company, I started it in 2007. And for a very long time, I was a one-woman show where I wore every hat at every given time. And now that I have a team of people, the team of people wears a lot of different hats for me. So I'm a lot of people.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of
very
roles.
true.
Yeah,
you do extend in a way. You
yeah.
really do.
in every way possible.
But because you've done them all, they know that you can relate to what they're doing. So
Absolutely.
it's
That's
really
actually
good. It's really
one of
good.
the things that when I did when I did everything myself, which was working a lot of the gigs, starting the company, creating the infrastructure, hiring everybody, I would sit anyone down that was interviewing to be a part of the company, like Danielle, and say, I wouldn't make you do anything that I wouldn't do. And I've done a lot. So I know exactly what I'm putting my team to do.
It's good.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, why did the company start? Why was this an important thing for you to do? And why was it important for you to dig in and make sure that in spite of everything it takes to start a company, and I'm sure you'll attest, anyone who's never actually started a company and kept it going and made it successful truly does not appreciate how difficult that really is. The
for sure.
challenges that are involved. The same way you can't understand what it's like to give birth if you don't, raise a child if you don't, with all the things in life that you can't possibly understand. This is one of them. So why did you start the company and say, I'm willing to do this? One. And two, what has kept you going in spite of what I'm sure, even with all your successes, there have probably been some crying on the couch, dark moments?
For sure. I mean, I do come from a father that was an entrepreneur, so I was familiar with the type of lifestyle that I was setting myself up for. And in 2007, it wasn't really that popular to be an entrepreneur. None of my friends had their own businesses, so it was really interesting me owning that and being like, I'm a business owner. It took me a while to really feel comfortable in those shoes. As far as why I started the company, it just kind of happened. I applied for a gig on Craigslist to hand out flyers.
I love this this origin story is
Were
amazing.
you were you an actress?
So I studied dance in college and moved to New York shortly after, and lived in a house with all dancers that trained in New York, and I trained in Colorado, which is a little different. And I would go to auditions, and I would leave the auditions and think that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I met some friends. I liked the routine. And all of my roommates who were successful and still are successful in the dance community would leave every audition thinking they got the job. Whether they got it or not, they thought that they did, and they came home confident.
Yeah.
And at the age of 22, I was like, oh, wow, like I don't leave the auditions confident like that. This is not going to be for me.
Wow, yeah.
But I loved New York. So I was like, I need to figure out a way to stay here. So I was really good at getting the side gigs.
Yeah.
And I applied for one on Craigslist in particular to hand out flyers. And I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and saying hi to everyone and handing out flyers. And the company really liked me, so they hired me on the regular to hand out flyers for them. And they opened a lot more locations, and they're like, do you have friends that will hand out flyers and show up and do a good job? And I'm like, I got a lot of friends. So that's basically how the company started.
In a nutshell, truly.
Yeah,
And
in a
like
nutshell.
really, and honestly, there are people that still work for that company and hand out flyers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out of all the things.
What do you look for in the people that not just work for you, but the people even that you partner with? Because even like vendors, sometimes you to say, look, we're going to be married together and doing business. I got to believe in those people, their ability to deliver, do these people I want to work with over time and so forth. So my question is, what do you look for in the people that you're going to bring in to your business universe?
So, I mean, it's actually been interesting. I was very lucky. I have a good instinct with people. So my interview process was literally more of a conversation. And then I would kind of smell them and be like, you could be a laner. and
what smell does a laner have? Mustard?
A little mustardy. I don't know. I just kind of knew right away if they were going to be like-minded and good workers and represent me and my company well. That was in the very beginning stages. Now I've helped train and come together with a process with a team of people that have a very in-depth interview process that is much more official, and they're nailing it. Yeah. We've built a great community.
And I even have to say, some of the newer gigs that I've worked for you guys, there have been brand new laners who maybe they're like, this is my second gig or whatever. And everyone is so on brand. Yeah. Like from like the newest hire to like the most veteran person at your company, everyone has that kind of I would say the special sauce, no pun intended. The special sauce is the there's
entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's almost one of those things where there's never a speaking of like just the spirit behind what someone does, there's never a spirit of laziness. It's always like a curiosity, a gratitude that they're coming from, and then also just like everyone is super talented. So because everyone is really talented, that means that they're either have a presence, so they're good on stage, which means they're probably good at talking to people, which means they're going to do their job well. Yeah. You know, because I've worked with brands with Kristal, like everything from like Lululemon to Colgate to
Chase.
Oh my gosh, so many.
Yeah.
PepsiCo, like just
a million.
So when I run into you, Danielle, like at the Javits Center or at the movie theater, are these all Mustard Lane gigs?
Some of them.
Some of them are. Yeah. No, because they
I run
ran
into her
into me.
freaking all.
Yeah. Yes, that was
so fun.
That was the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
And that was a Mustard Lane gig, and we were
My
giving
wife and I
out
walked out
perfume.
of the,
You sure
we
were.
walked out of the theater, and who's there but Danielle and her cohort?
Yeah.
Giving out Bohemian Rhapsody perfume. We're like, what the hell are you? What?
And I'm like, oh, take this new fragrance, you know? And I know the whole spiel. It was me and Bruno.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're outside. And it's gigs like that too that we're actually kind of adding to someone's experience. So I love that Mustard Lane does a lot of like experiential marketing and like activations that bring things alive, which is really cool.
Okay. So Kristal, what is it you think about you and the person that you are, the way you've been inspired over time, the cut of your jib, if you will, that has allowed you to succeed as a business person? Not just seeing your father and his entrepreneurial journey, but what is it about you that allows you to actually make it from year to year and be someone that people want to work for? I mean, Danielle's the only person I know who works for you, or with you, or however you like to say it. But clearly Daniel seems to think a lot of you and has continued to work with you for a number of years.
Yep.
So what is it? So there's the question.
What is it about me? Oh man. I mean, I do think
I don't even mean this like a soul searching thing.
Yeah,
but...
no, I do think that like from the beginning, I've set a tone and a voice for Mustard Lane and the way that our internal team speaks to all the thousands of people that do work for us. We're great at communication.
How do you do that, by the way? I'm sorry.
Well, my husband is a software developer. We just plug in Zernet. And he built me a custom database where we have everyone in there, which has helped. And he did this 8 years ago. So it helped my business that was doing pretty well just in like New York and a little in LA to be a fully national company with thousands of people that work for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are they across a variety of states?
Yeah. We did 70 different markets last year.
That's really impressive. Wow.
So I feel like within Mark's question, just from what I've seen in your journey, is that a lot of things started to fall into place kind of ahead of the curve.
Yes.
Would you say?
Oh, no, absolutely. I think I hit that brand ambassador niche like before it was actually a word. Like, honestly.
Truly.
Yeah. And I actually, like, to be honest, the only gigs that I've ever personally worked were the flyering jobs, like none of the fun stuff. Like that's when I was like off the field. I'm like, these are the gigs I wish I was working. And they're the fun gigs that we supply for everyone else.
So let's talk about that word fun. Can you talk about the use of, the importance of, the need for the integration of humor in the work that you do, both in terms of how the people need to be and then even the nature of the gigs, perhaps even the way you run the company?
Yeah. I mean, humor is necessary when all the laners are out on the field and dealing with people, specifically a lot of New Yorkers on a daily basis, and just how they react with you and your reaction in return. Like humor is everything because, like even if you've had a bad day, you're trying to brighten someone's day with handing them whatever we're handing them out. And like to get their reaction and a smile or a laugh is everything.
It's so true. But also that also comes like from the top down. Like that comes from your culture of how your emails are and how, like all of that is hashtag mustard heart. And it's the yellow heart emoji.
I do.
How much of that, Kristal, is just purely conscious of you in execution versus those emails and the way that you do things just come organically and authentically from just the person that you are, so the business is an extension of your personality? Or are you saying, okay, I need to make sure things are this way because it has this cause and effect?
I think like it came from me purely like natural and organically, just because that's my personality. In high school, I was voted happiest person, if you can imagine that.
That's awesome.
What? Ridiculous. But I did make it a conscious choice to be like, this is our voice, when I had people internally sending emails on behalf of our company, and they would be very professional, like too professional. And I was like, oh, you gotta put some sugar on that. And that's just what I say. Like, you can still get your point across, but make it a little more, little casual, like a little,
These
some
are
sugar.
humans. These are people who your email, you don't know what what day it's hitting them on and how that impacts the way that they read something. Maybe it's the email they needed that day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the email, the last thing they needed that day.
If you're getting any emails from Mustard Lane, there's definitely a lot of yellow hearts for sure.
Yes, there are. And I would love you to speak a little bit on the new venture that's happening, which is a new branch of Mustard Lane called Off the Lane.
We've just officially launched a nonprofit called Off the Lane. We're super excited about it. It's going to kind of be a threefold thing. We're doing outreach, projects, and continued education. The reason why I wanted to pursue it is people coming to New York, maybe they studied art in school and came here and kind of just left out here, not really knowing like what their resume should look like, what their finances should look like, how a 1099 contractor can write off pretty much everything they do.
Yeah.
So just having the basics of that and bringing in professionals to talk to our current laners. And I was like, this is beneficial. Like I would give advice all day long, but I think that it could be a thing. And then we've developed more ideas as it's launched. And actually our first thing that we're really focusing on is a mentorship program, which I'm super excited about.
That's really great.
And we'll be teaming up laners that currently live in New York City with seniors in college, and they'll develop maybe a 6-month relationship before those seniors move to New York. So we'll have certain topics. There'll be a relationship built. I'm really excited about it.
That is so cool. I know. I was asked to be a mentor and I was like, I'm producing my movie right now. I'm too busy. But hey, it's going to be like a rotating basis, right?
It'll be rotating basis.
Really
I can see a lot of room for growth. And, like this specific start is going to be with seniors, but I could see it evolving into a lot of different aspects. So
I love it. When I got that email, I was thrilled. I was very excited.
I'm excited.
Okay, so you got Mustard Lane, you got Off the Lane.
Yes.
Are there any other projects that you're working on currently or anything new that you're doing?
Yeah, so something new that has developed in the last year and a half is we have a small event space. It's called Mo Space.
Mo Space.
Mo Space.
That's cute.
Mo is a town in France, and they make fancy mustard there. Imagine that.
Oh my gosh.
That's perfect.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and I never realized like how many puns you can do with Mo. So it's Mo events, Mo drinks, Mo food, Mo people. The list keeps going on and on. But we host small events. We rent out the space. We've done all sorts of things. We've done film shoots, commercial shoots. It's been a really fun new aspect of the business.
Do you ever give away mustard as a gift? Or you're trying to stay away from being pigeonholed with?
We've done so National Mustard Day was just recently, actually, and a couple of years ago.
Did you guys have mustard ice cream?
Someone was giving out mustard ice cream. It was amazing, actually. Yeah, like we went.
Show food.
Yeah. But we gave out mustard flavored popcorn. Did you work
good.
that?
Yes,
I feel like you did.
It was like a great idea. We went to special clients.
It was a client appreciation. We gave them mustard popcorn. It was a big hit. Yeah.
Oh, a big hit.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. What's the origin of Mustard Lane, the name?
So Mustard Lane, it's a Beatles reference.
Okay.
My first client was that cafe that I applied on Craigslist for. The director of marketing used to call me Penny Lane, and I would call him Mean Mr. Mustard. And
yeah,
so
nice.
The cafe is owned by a bunch of Greeks. They paid me cash for a very long time. Like I literally would go to an office and collect an envelope.
Wow.
And I was
Don't ask where this came from. It's just,
I won't tell you the name of the cafe. But I was approached by Honest Tea because they saw me handing out flyers, and they're like, "Hey, you're great. Can we hire?" Like, who do you work for? And I was like, this is my company. And they chose to hire us for the summer for like 50 demos.
Wow.
And I was just a
yes,
cash
we
business.
can totally deliver on that.
Of course we can deliver. I'm a very yes person. So I went on LegalZoom. I created Mustard Lane LLC, and the rest is history. And it actually, like, I mean, I was 22 and the name has worked. Like, who knows? Like, yeah.
Who would have thought? That's so cool.
what has to happen for you to feel like I did it?
Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like learning business from my dad, it was constant expand, 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 evolve, expand. So, I mean, what's been really cool, what's been cool along the way is that when people, like when clients call and like I'll pick up the phone and they'll ask for Lauren or Jillian. I'm like, yes, they don't want to talk to me. Like, this is amazing.
Great. You're above that.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, they probably don't even know
but
who I am. Like, it was amazing. They didn't, like, and that, like, that's definitely helped me see my growth.
That's great.
I don't know what I see happening. I mean, it could, like, I'm enjoying the growth. I'm enjoying being a national company. I'm enjoying, we have W-2 employees in 3 different states right now.
So
which
be the
is
10th
huge.
gig in Uzbekistan that will make you feel like,
Yeah.
okay, we finally have cracked.
We'll be international
That's
before
right.
you know it. We're staffing a few things in Canada this year, which is
Okay.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know the answer to your question, but I'm enjoying the process.
There doesn't have to be an
Yeah.
answer to the question. The answer may be that, it's about tomorrow and about next.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about there's the finish line or whatever.
I love business. I love entrepreneurship. I clearly love what I do so much. I've created the job of my dreams, and I love being surrounded like people like Danielle, and like
Yeah.
it's been awesome.
How do people connect with you and Mustard Lane?
Mainly referrals is how we do our hiring. And now that our community is 5,000 deep, people know people that know people that know people. And we had a really cute laner come in for his first interview with us, and he coined us, and we use this phrase all the time, as the Broadway of brand ambassadors.
That's great.
So cute.
Here's a question for you that I was trying to wind it up a little bit, but this occurs to me. So you now have this community of 5,000 people, not just 5,000 any people, 5,000 people who know how to get the word out.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you have your clients and those gigs, but how are you thinking about, if at all, I have a community of 5,000 people that know how to get the word out. How can I mobilize that army and monetize that army in a different way where, because a lot of people, when they have a community of thousands of people that they have a relationship with, they're able to monetize that, especially when it's a really engaged community. Because I'll take a highly engaged Instagram following of 5,000 over a docile 100,000.
For sure. For sure.
So have you thought about whether there's an opportunity there? Even if you take that monetization and pass it on.
Yeah,
them?
I think you've given me my homework.
It's an opportunity. For sure.
No, absolutely. I haven't even put any thought to that, but I mean, you're so right. That is, enough to speak for itself. A community of 5,000 people, 5,000 amazing people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true. Well, I also feel like one of the superpowers that you are using that you have is, say, like your new nonprofit, you know? So, and that's just a way of mobilizing the army for something good.
Yeah.
And so I love that question mark, because it's going, well, what is possible and what could be next? So I see so much for Mustard Lane ahead.
And how can people get a hold of you and Mustard Lane?
You can find us at our website.
Mustardlane.com?
Mustardlane.com. Follow us on Instagram at mustardlane.
Shocker.
I know. We have a contact us page, and you can say you heard the podcast and
please
just
do.
wanted to say hi.
Yes.
I'll write you back.
Anyone you want to say hi to on the show?
Not really. Hi, Mom.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So wonderful. Thank you for sharing so much of your journey with us and your
of course.
insights. We'll take a very quick pause, and when we come back, because Elsie is here and we're getting to the end of the show, it's time for end of show food. We'll be right back.
We know you like it, but do you like it? This is Funny People Talking.
All right, we're back. It is time for End of Show Food. That's right. End of show food. Elsie is here. Elsie's wearing purple, shocker. And
She loves
now,
purple.
just to let you know what this is all about there, Kristal, Elsie is kind enough to scour the countryside, go from store to store. She browses the internet. She finds very interesting and different snacks and food for us to try on the show. We have no idea what she's going to bring us from show to show. After she tells us what it is, she'll pass it out, and we will all wait until she says go, and then we can eat.
Okay.
And then we will rate the end of show food based on a scale of chickens. The number of chickens is up to you. So the number of chickens up to you. So you could have a scale of 15,000 chickens.
Oh,
yeah.
If you want.
Yeah.
So okay. So Elsie, what have you been kind enough to
Right.
share with us?
So, I have honey soy chicken
Speaking of chicken.
with Stradbroke Island honey by Kettle.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
honey soy chicken
Those are from Australia.
kettle
With island honey
chips.
From Australia.
From down under.
from down under.
That's right.
I think I
So-
nailed that Australian accent on that one there.
I think you did. I think you did too.
Nice. So
you know Australian?
so those
It
are
says they're 100% natural.
honey soy.
Honey soy chicken with Stradbroke Island honey.
Nice.
And
Well-
it says 100% natural.
Wow.
Oh wow,
So these are natural.
100%. That looks like honey soy good chicken. Like
Which
soy
part?
good.
Which part of it is natural? The honey, the soy, or the chicken?
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe the
They
wait.
smell good.
Is it potato chips?
Yeah.
All right, pass those bad
Well,
boys
the
out there.
potatoes are probably
So it's just
real
a,
potatoes.
It's just a regular
Amazing.
bag of kettle chips as far as
It's a
appearance
mixed
wise.
bag.
very much.
Mark.
But they're from down under.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you. Ooh, it's
I can't
okay.
wait.
I wonder
Thank
if this
you.
is. Let me smell.
That's it. I get 3 tiny little
chickeny.
chips. Thank you.
I wonder if it's going to be like bouillon.
They do smell like chicken.
They
right.
kind of do smell like
little bit.
chicken.
Yeah, right?
Okay, are we allowed?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh,
Oh.
They taste like
Ooh. They're a little salty.
oh.
there's definitely a chicken taste to them.
In the ingredients, does it say bouillon cubes? No, not bouillon cubes. Chicken
There's
stock?
definitely like a mustard aftertaste.
I'll write it to you.
Right?
Hey,
I can buy that.
Potatoes, sunflower oil, sugar, glucose, salt, honey powder, onion powder, soy sauce powder, pepper,
Soy sauce.
paprika.
so there's no chicken in it.
Or does it say natural flavor?
Natural flavor.
Natural chicken flavor.
Who knows what natural flavor could be? Beets.
Natural flavors is beaver butt.
I love beaver butt then.
Did you not know that? They take vanilla, like vanilla natural flavorings is from beaver butt.
I have to tell you something funny. The other day, I was gonna say. Oh wait, was that? Never mind. That was.
Does
here.
anyone want more?
You already said it here?
Did
I'm
I say
good,
it here?
thank
Did
you.
I say butt gusting here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that was here. Okay. Anyway, I like these. They're very interesting. I do want more. Kristal, what kind of rating would you, out of how many chickens would you give this
Yeah.
rating?
I'd give it 13 chickens.
Out of how many?
Out of
It's a mystery. We'll never know.
just 13.
yeah, it's just 13. 13 chickens. Would I buy it again?
She's not disclosing her scale. It's a secret
Out
scale.
of how many?
Is it,
13.
is it a good rating?
Like an average.
It's
We'll
an
say,
average
we'll say
rating.
13 out of 26.
Okay. Okay. That's below average.
That's
Right,
50%.
yes.
No, that's half.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
that's half.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Smart
5 out
girl.
of 10.
Okay.
50 out of 100.
So, okay,
13 out of 26.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And why the demerits?
The demerits.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think I would choose to purchase it again.
Gotcha.
I didn't mind the taste.
It was a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Very well put.
Thank you, Danielle. What's your rating?
Chicken and chips together are
No.
strained. And so that's how I feel. And I didn't really taste the I guess I'm getting aftertastes of chicken. So
Is that a good thing?
no, it's not.
Chicken burps.
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go 80 out of 180.
Okay. Wow, that's a rough score. Elsie?
Yeah. So 50 out of 72. I liked the potato chip part of it. It was good. It was thick. It was crunchy.
It was crunchy.
When it first hit, it was the sweetness of the honey, I guess. And then it went to this
boring,
weird
right?
flavor.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't boring. It was weird.
There's a T-shirt in that for sure. I'm not boring. I'm weird.
But I don't find that there's a bad aftertaste or anything. It went from no.
Where's it gonna go?
It changed. It was
Gotcha.
weird.
I'll give it a 67 out of 92.
Okay.
Kind of the same reasons. Mostly I just was unimpressed.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, so it tastes like chicken. What else?
Yeah.
Like
and that was about all I got. There was no like other notes to it
Yeah.
that I appreciated. For the number of descriptors on the front of the bag, I tasted one of them. So that's
There you
what.
go.
But I did include some points because I'm not done with them yet.
There you
and
go.
I'm willing to eat more. So that does count for something.
If
for
they
me.
had a plain one, I would eat the whole bag probably.
You know,
Because I like
Because you
chip.
like the actual chip.
do you know what would actually be good on those chips? And I'm not kidding. Mustard.
A little mustard.
I think so.
Yeah.
They'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you, Elsie. Though
Sure.
you know they can't all be winners.
fun.
That's you never know. So
Well, it wasn't a total bust.
no, it wasn't a total bust.
No one
We've-
said it tasted like cough syrup.
That's right.
We've had cough
We've
syrup
had
on the
that.
show.
Oh,
No, I'm just
really?
kidding.
Oh, it's like, wow.
And Tums.
We had Tums.
Tums
Yeah,
were
but
good.
Tums tasted like Tums, so it was good.
That's true.
Tums tasted like
They
a very
came for-
delight.
Yeah, very delight. So it worked.
Well, Kristal Mallookis, the founder and CEO of Mustard Lane, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show. I really hope you had a great time.
This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yay, we're so glad you came.
Everybody check out Mustard Lane at mustardlane.com. Can't hurt. You never know. And maybe you'll become a laner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a laner and you're listening, just want to say one more hello. And anyway, until next time, that's it for this show. So thank
Yeah.
you, everybody, for listening. We really do appreciate it so much. Don't we appreciate it?
Yeah.
We do.
And thank you again for the nomination for the podcast awards. We're grateful. We'll let you know if anything happens to that.
Yippee, I'll be in my dress
So I knew you will.
in my room.
Until we got to get out of the T-Rex costume first.
Yeah, I know.
That's it for this episode, everybody. Until next time, for Elsie,
Okay.
Danielle.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Stay funny.
This has been Funny People Talking. Thanks for listening. As if you had anything better to do. Copyright 2019. No portion of the content may be reproduced or published without the strict written permission of the producers. Connect with our show at Mouth Media Network or at our website, funnypeopletalking.com. I'm your announcer, Peter Coleman. Thanks for listening.
This is Mouth Media Network. Amplify and connect.